Hello, Scorpio. This is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts. How are you guys? This is your love and life reading focused on the second half of October. So we're focused on the dates of October 16th all the way to Halloween, October 31st. General reading as always, Scorpio, so it will not resonate with every single person tuning in. So please do take from this reading whatever makes sense for you and your life, your situation, and your relationship. And hopefully it will resonate with you. But if not, hopefully I'll be able to tap into your situation at a future reading. And I will also have a list of all of the card decks that I use for my readings. And if you do find that you need a reading, personal private reading from me, all of that information is down below in the description box. All right, Scorpio. So let's go ahead and get started with a couple of card decks that I wanted to use for the focus messages this time around. Starting off with the Barbieri Zodiac deck. This has signs and elements to it. It's not a very big deck, just a few cards that represent the signs and elements. So I really wanted to see what comes through here for the second half of October. And if a sign that you're thinking about for this reading doesn't pop out, that doesn't mean that this reading is not for you. It just means that there are certain signs that need to be represented energetically in this reading, okay? So let's go ahead and see what I'm able to tap into here for this particular card deck. We've got Libra coming forward here. So for some of you, you might actually be thinking about a Libra. We've got water signs being represented here. Cancer, Scorpio, your own energy, and Pisces. Okay, so let's see how that plays itself out for this reading, Scorpio. And bottom of the deck is Sagittarius, so I will pull that as well. All right, guys, so let me go ahead and grab my second deck, which is the Moonology card deck for this reading, Scorpio, and let's grab one more focus message for this reading for you guys. And let's take a look and see what else needs to come through for the second half of the month. So angels and spirit guides, please, for Scorpio. What else needs to come through this time around? Emotions are running high. This is tapping into the energy, Scorpio, of the super moon. Okay, so let's see, guys, how this is going to relate to the messages that come through in this particular reading, Scorpio. All right, guys, so let me go ahead and get started with some Mystic Moon Oracle's messages to add to this, and let's see where this goes. So angels and spirit guides for Scorpio. And really anybody who's guided to tune into this reading, even my cross watchers, welcome. Let's see what messages, guys, need to come through for you, Scorpio, for this reading. For Scorpio, please, angels and spirit guides. We've got a metamorphosis being represented here, so there are changes that are happening at this time in your life, Scorpio, or in your relationships. We'll see how that taps into the energy the rest of this reading. Ooh, we've got a return card being represented here, guys. So to me, especially my divine feminines, there might actually be a divine masculine that you're thinking about for this reading that could either be a Libra, water sign, or Sagittarius who wants you back. Next card is the mute card, so you guys might actually not be talking at this time. No communication. You know, perhaps they stopped talking to you for some reason, or you did, and they're coming forward. You know, look at this image. He's holding out his hand. This is a divine masculine, a male figure in the photo, but of course it doesn't have to be, however way this is playing itself out in your life. But typically for me, that is divine masculine energy. So if you happen to be tuning in and you're resonating with that, there's somebody here that wants you back, and it's more than likely you guys are obviously in separation and there's not a whole lot of talking going on here with that mute card. Wow. So it's understandable that emotions are running high here, especially if they want you back. And if you've been missing this person. Free will. As I often say in my readings, everybody's got their own free will of what it is that they want to do in their life, what decisions they ultimately want to make. You have your own free will, Scorpio, and so does this person that you're thinking about for this reading. It just depends on if you guys are able to meet each other halfway and find the middle ground here, if ultimately what you're both wanting is a reconciliation in the relationship. But with the Metamorphosis card starting off this reading, there are changes that need to be implemented between the two of you to actually make a reconciliation worth it, so that you guys are not repeating your patterns and bringing the baggage from the past with you. Okay, let me grab one more. One more card, please, for Scorpio for this reading for the second half of October. One more card, I'm feeling, is what I need. Okay, Spirit has other plans. All right, destruction to me represents the Tower in traditional tarot. And you're being guided towards a particular path here, Scorpio. So I feel part of the reason why you guys are in separation, more than likely, Scorpio, whoever it is you're thinking about for this reading, is because there was a Tower moment that happened in your connection. Something that broke you guys up, put you guys in separation, and it could have been unexpected. It could have been really very painful, a painful experience between the two of you, very traumatic, very chaotic type energy. And given some time for things to just settle down from that type of vibration, it could be that this person had a lot of time on their hands to just think about either what they've done or their role in taking responsibility for how things ended between the two of you. And it gave you time as well, Scorpio, to really think about the role you played in all this, you know, depending, of course, on whether one person caused this type of energy to happen or if it was a combined energy from both of you. Each person ultimately is not perfect. Everybody's got their own faults. And I feel here, despite all that, they want you back. The question is, Scorpio, do you want them back? And if you find that you do, because with that emotions are running high energy, sometimes when we are in a particular headspace in our heart as well, we're not quite sure if we want that person back. Especially if they hurt you, betrayed you, if you're still upset with this individual, and that's why there isn't any conversations, no communication going on here with that mute card. You've got your own free will whether you will accept them back into your life or not. Okay, so let's add to this with the Twin Flame Journey Tarot by Mystic Moon. Of course, you do not have to identify with a twin flame connection. That's just the name of the card deck, guys. So let's see what else needs to come through here. So angels and spirit guides for Scorpio. What else do we need to know for the second half of October? Please bring it forward for Scorpio, please. All right, guys, let's see what else. Okay, this is the Ten of Wands flying up in the reverse. In the upright, as you can see, it says heavy burdens. This is fire energy. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. And that's a second reference to Sagittarius here. So for some of you guys, that's a prominent message there. So it is coming up reversed, as I had mentioned. And that is the inability to delegate. It's somebody who's overstressed, somebody who's burnt out as well. And if your relationship went through a tower moment, Scorpio, it's very understandable why either you or this person you're thinking about, or both of you, could be in this space of just being really stressed out and burnt out. You know, that's totally understandable. Let's see what else. What else, please, for Scorpio, angels and spirit guides? Beautiful. We've got the Wheel of Fortune here. Destined opportunities for you, Scorpio. More fire energy. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. That's a third reference to Sagittarius there. Luck is on your side. And if you do want a particular person to return to you, It's falling right below that return card. It just might happen. There is a turn of events that is indicated through this card. You know, it's a cycle of change, and you're coming into success and abundance. If you feel, Scorpio, that this might actually be somewhat of an impossible situation, the Wheel of Fortune can make it possible. If you want it, you know, because if you don't want it, then you can exercise your free will and reject it, certainly, if you don't want them back. But if you do want this person to return, it's giving you the opportunity to welcome them back into your life. Let's grab some more. Let's see what else for you, Scorpio. What else needs to come through? We've got another reversed card here. This is the Chariot, okay? Charging ahead, but it is coming up reversed here. So the Chariot in reverse is lack of control, the lack of direction, somebody who comes forward with very aggressive type energy. You know, so I feel here that whoever you're tapping into for this reading, Scorpio, they feel that they just don't have enough control of their life at this time to be able to make this all work, maybe. But in their heart space, they know that they want you back. But with this Tower moment represented here, they might just need a little bit more time to figure it all out. They just need a little bit more time. They need those emotions to just calm down a little bit so they can be in the right headspace to make better decisions for themselves. The next card after that is the Three of Wands. You know, threes represent communication in tarot. Wands, fire energy. Once again, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Awaiting results. So when somebody's awaiting results, it's just a matter of time for those results to come in, I feel. But in the meantime, this is a great time for either you, Scorpio, or this person that you're thinking about to get things prepared as far as getting ready for some sort of reconciliation. So there has to be work that's going on beneath the surface of this connection, of this relationship. Clearing those negative energies and just turning them into positive vibrations so that you guys can come back as two better people towards each other. Otherwise, you guys are just going to be repeating the same patterns that brought that Tower moment down. So it's not enough that they want you back. They have to make sure that they're coming from a better place this time. It's interesting, though, how this is the bottom card. We do have the Nine of Swords. This card does say self-sabotage and nightmares. So it's falling right below the Tower. But I do love how this Four of Swords is right after that. Healing and recovery. So for some of you guys, the person that you might be thinking about for this reading could be an air sign. We do have Libra represented there, but it could also be an Aquarius or a Gemini for some of you. And if this person is resonating with this Nine of Swords energy, where they might be depressed or they might be dealing with anxiety, things can actually come to fruition in regard to a reconciliation here between you guys, Scorpio. But if they're too much in their head and just not in a very good space energetically, they are self-sabotaging the progress. And if they're having nightmares about this whole thing, then they haven't healed quite yet. So the desire to have you back in their life is there, but they're not quite ready, because the metamorphosis has to continue. They haven't done the work on themselves fully to complete that metamorphosis. I feel both of you still need time apart to just improve where you guys are at vibrationally and in your heart, in your head, how you feel about things, how things might have ended, because the Tower is destruction. It levels things out of your connection, of your relationship that needed to go, so that you guys can rebuild something stronger, something better. But I feel this person that you're thinking about for this reading, Scorpio, they still have a lot to go through on their own before they can come back towards you. You know, so this next card, Four of Swords, is so fitting because it represents healing and recovery. And I feel that's exactly what's needed in this scenario. So more air energy. Fours represent stability, and I feel that's what's needed here. This is recuperation time. This is rest time. That's what's going to bring about healing in this connection. I feel here that it's really needed. And should you guys take the time to really nurture this time that you guys are on, this journey, this part of the journey that your connection is on, and welcome in this much needed break from each other, then there's a chance that you guys can actually reconnect and enjoy that reconnection as two better people that can appreciate the opportunity to start talking again, to start looking into the idea of being a couple once again. Okay? All right, guys, so let's add some romance angels to this. Let's see what else needs to come through at this time for you, Scorpio. So angels and spirit guides, please, for Scorpio for the second half of October. What else do we need to know at this time in love and romance? Playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Whenever this comes through for me, this is tapping into the energy of two people that when you guys are spending time together, you guys have the best time ever. Lots of laughter, a great connection, amazing chemistry. And it could also be one partner who's older than the other. There doesn't have to be this huge age gap, but for me anyway, the energy of this playfulness card is tapping into someone who's older, somebody who's younger in regard to a love connection. Look at this next card, worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So it's going to take time, Scorpio, for things to play itself out, because this is indicative of a break, a resting period for you guys to recover and to heal from that Tower moment. And if you don't take that time, and if you try to reconcile too soon, you know, this is the bottom card. There are still red flags there that need to be addressed. And if you don't address it, you guys are just going to go back to a situation that didn't take care of the obstacles and challenges that overwhelmed your relationship to begin with. Okay? All right, guys. So let's move on to some Infinity Oracle by Fire Witch Tarot. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Scorpio. What else do we need to know at this time? For Scorpio, please, for the second half of October. For Scorpio, please, angels and spirit guides. Tough lover. This person, Scorpio, might actually, their character could be coming forward as somebody who's very tough, somebody that can handle anything that you throw at them. And also part of this energy is that they might actually be tough to deal with, tough to live with. You know, it really depends on how it's resonating with you. They're not the easiest person to live with, but I'm tapping into your energies too, Scorpio, that you might not be either. And when you guys connect, you butt heads, but at the same time, you guys have a great connection too. So it's just being able to accept each other's faults and loving each other anyway, if you can overcome those obstacles, if you can overcome how you see this person from a negative light and just see them from a loving space, then you guys can actually make it and be able to work through those obstacles that get in the way, that constantly get in the way of your connection with each other. And it will make reconciling with this person worth it. Because no doubt they're coming forward wanting you back. But I just feel that timing is off a little bit. You know, they need to hold off on that decision for now and just heal and recover from what went down here. What else, please, for Scorpio, angels and spirit guides? What else, please, for Scorpio for the second half of October? What else do we need to know at this time for you, Scorpio? Bad intentions. So some of you guys may have dealt with a partner who initially came forward with that type of energy where they didn't have the best of intentions going into the relationship. And if they are reaching out to you, Scorpio, wanting you back, those intentions have got to be changed. And that's a part of that metamorphosis. You know, they can't be coming forward towards you with that devil type energy. That's not going to work. You know, on bottom of the deck, we do have stressed, which I feel some of you are. They drive you crazy, but at the same time, you love them too. So, you know, these red flags have got to be addressed in order for you guys to come back together and enjoy the connection once again. You know, and look at this next card. After stressed, you're mine. So I feel here that you guys still love each other, Scorpio. You still want them. They still want you. It hasn't been the easiest of relationships, but I feel that there's enough good in this connection that you guys can keep it afloat and actually work through whatever it is that's overwhelming your connection here so that you guys can manifest a reunion with each other and not have to revert back to what brought you guys into separation. So take the time that is being represented by that Four of Swords and learn from the experience, gain wisdom from it, so that you end up not repeating the patterns that brought you guys into this Tower moment. Because that's crucial here, okay? All right, let's add to this with some signs from Spirit Love Oracle for you, Scorpio. Let's see what else we can tap into here. So angels and spirit guides for Scorpio, please, for the second half of October. What else do we need to know at this time? What else do we need to know, Scorpio? That's way too many. Let me try that again. What else do we need to know for Scorpio, please? What else do we need to know for Scorpio, angels and spirit guides? Oh, wow, beautiful. Diamond and promise. So some of you guys actually have the potential for engagement and eventually marriage. You just got to overcome the obstacles and learn from where you guys have been. You know, you do have the Wheel of Fortune on your side. There are destined opportunities represented by that card. Bottom of the deck is a rainbow and renewal. Beautiful. You can have a second chance with this person, Scorpio, if you guys can meet each other halfway to where you both want this equally. And, you know, if you're familiar enough with my readings on my channel, you'll know that I say this often, where one person cannot want it more than the other person. It's got to be equal. And if there's an imbalance there in any way, then it's creating an unstable foundation for that connection. Okay? So you guys can find happiness with each other once again. But you got to work on these red flags so that you can welcome in the positive energies of this Wheel of Fortune that's here for you. All right, guys? All right, so let's add to this. I ended up getting a couple of new decks by Flames of Alchemy. This one is tapping into the energy of the Divine Masculine. It doesn't have to be male. It could be female as well. So whoever is resonating with these messages. And of course, I've got the counterpart deck for it, which is for the Divine Feminine. So angels and spirit guides for Scorpio. Let's take a look and see what messages can come forward from the Divine Masculine in this reading. So what's going on? What else do we need to know at this time? Focusing on Divine Masculine energy. Please, for this Scorpio reading, angels and spirit guides. What else do we need to know, please? Dominant. So the Divine Masculine might want to be the dominant partner here. And if there is a Divine Feminine that's not into that, that's what's causing an imbalance here. That's part of the problem. And when he doesn't get what he wants, look what happens. He explodes. So we might have a Divine Masculine here who might have a bit of a temper, a bit of a mean streak. So it really depends, if you happen to be Divine Feminine, if you're willing to put up with that, or if you guys have a conversation where that is addressed, because that is part of the red flags that's coming up here. It needs to be addressed. The Divine Masculine needs to be told that that's not okay. All right, here we are with the Divine Feminine deck. Whoever identifies with these messages on the Divine Feminine side. So angels and spirit guides, focusing on Divine Feminine energy, please, for this reading. Please bring forward whatever messages need to be communicated, focusing on Divine Feminine energy. All right, guys, let's see. Okay, we have Divine Feminine energy coming through from the Divine Feminine deck. So she's heavily represented in her own energy. She is in her power. Nobody can make her do anything she doesn't want to do. She is her own person. She makes her own changes. She directs her destiny. She claims her own luck. Yeah, that's what I'm grabbing from that. She ain't gonna put up with no crap from the Divine Masculine here. Okay, let's see what else. What else, please, for my Divine Feminine energy for Scorpio for this reading, please. Angels and spirit guides, please bring it forward for me. What else, please? Look at that. This is what she wants. She just wants to be happy in her love life with the person that she wants to spend her life with. You know, so of course, at the end of the day, if you happen to be Divine Feminine tuning in, and if there's somebody that you're thinking about for this reading that wants you back, the choice is ultimately yours. You have your free will to exercise that choice in any way that you want. But the option is there for romance. The ability for this person to offer you the type of love and romance that you're looking for is here. Bottom of the deck for Divine Feminine is balance. Okay, so she's wanting balance in her life, and if she's feeling a little bit of out of balance energy with the Divine Masculine, things have to eventually find equilibrium between the two in order for her to want to entertain a reconciliation with this person, with the Divine Masculine, I feel. But the time apart, healing and recovery during this time apart is necessary, and I do feel that you guys will be in a much better space to entertain coming back together. I do see that here. All right, guys, so let me set that aside. Okay, and let's go ahead and grab some healing messages here. Let's take a look and see what comes through for you, Scorpio. So angels and spirit guides for my Scorpios, please, for the second half of October. What else do we need to know at this time? What else do we need to know at this time? Enchantment. Bottom of the deck is self-acceptance. Okay, so with enchantment coming forward, to me, this comes forward with sort of like a fairy tale type energy. And in this particular reading, I do feel that that's how this person makes you feel, Scorpio, or there was a time when you felt as though it was almost too good to be true, like you were in some fantasy land, like there was this magical element to your connection, but you suddenly came to realize, you know, no connection, no relationship is perfect. There will always be parts of that connection that will challenge you, and you guys just have to find the balance in it if you guys are wanting to spend the rest of your lives together. And that's where self-acceptance comes in, because you both have to be able to accept each other for the good and the bad. It can't just all be good. You know, you have to see this person from a more positive standpoint and from a positive light, and they have to be able to see you in the same way, to be able for both of you guys to just accept each other for how you are. And of course, you have to be able to accept yourself for all your faults and all your triumphs, and they have to be able to do the same thing. All right, guys. Let's grab some Lover's Oracle to add to this. What else do we need to know here for Scorpio, angels and spirit guides for the second half of October? Let me grab this bottom card. All right. This particular card reads, you may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. And here's your turmoil right here. Okay, that's the Tower card represented in this deck. And the Tower does bring about the element of a blessing in disguise. It levels things out that need to go. And even though it's traumatic, it does bring about an element of a blessing in that connection, in the whole situation, because it creates a more solid foundation for you guys to start building upon. All right, the next card reads, imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. Yeah, absolutely. You've got the Wheel of Fortune on your side, Scorpio. So with that Wheel of Fortune comes new opportunities and new possibilities, not just in love and romance, but other aspects of your life too. You know, so try to definitely put yourself into a better headspace to be able to welcome in the wonderful things that actually are wanting to manifest for you at this time. All right. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and close out your reading with some whispers of love. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Scorpio, some final thoughts for this reading. The Whispers of Love deck. All right, guys, let's see. Some final thoughts for you, Scorpio. Some final thoughts for Scorpio, please, angels and spirit guides. Be in the present and dream of the future. I want to grab this bottom card too. This says, be supportive. When we dream, everything is possible. Don't lose sight of what it is that you're wanting in your life, Scorpio. Don't lose sight of what it is that you are dreaming about. And it really doesn't just have to be about your love life. Whatever part of your life that you are wanting to manifest something in, and if you've got a particular dream, go for it. And part of the energy of this card is to tap into, it's sort of like that law of attraction where you should already picture it being there for you, like it's already happened. And that will allow the universe to step in to be able to manifest it for you in the 3D, that type of energy. And so whatever it is that you are focusing on and dreaming about, I hope it's good, because you can actually manifest it. The other card is be supportive. This card reads, make a genuine effort to show you care. And I feel here that this is either what you're wanting from this person, or this is what they are needing from you, or it's a mutual energy that you're both needing to show each other. That as well will bring about the balance that is so needed, and ultimately what the divine feminine in this equation is really wanting. So you guys can find happiness, you can find balance, you can find romance, a new start in this connection. There has to be some work done here. You guys have to get rid of whatever is coming through by way of these red flags. And I feel, given some time, you guys can have a happy ending here. You can absolutely have that if both people are willing to meet each other halfway and do the work on yourselves during this time of separation. All right, Scorpio. So that's where I'm going to end this. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. Whatever part of this reading was able to resonate with you. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And I am looking forward to those of you who are interested in booking a private reading with me. All of that information is down below in the description box. And I'll be back soon, Scorpio, with more readings. And in the meantime, thank you so much for tuning in. And I will see you next time. Take care.